Assalamu alaikum and good morning. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Let us begin to read the fourth lesson from Snapshot. I have already shared with you the summary of this lesson, right? Introduction and summary of this lesson. Time to read from the textbook itself. I will request all the students to have the textbook in your hand so you can understand it well. Page number 25. Very nice, very easy lesson and one of the most important lesson for the exam, right? So let's see, let's read it. Albert Einstein at School, written by Patrick Pringle. The first line which I am reading is just now is this: in what year Einstein, asked the history teacher, did the Prussian defeat the French at Waterloo? Waterloo, place of battle, Waterloo. The history teacher asked question to Einstein that in which year Prussian defeated the French. And Einstein answered, I don't know, sir. He said, you didn't know. And the sir asked question, why don't you know? You have been told it often enough. You have already been informed, you have already been told, then why don't you know the answer? Einstein answered, I must have forgotten. He says, I must have forgotten. Did you ever try to learn? Asked Mr. Braun. Mr. asked question. If he tried to learn, he was very angry. Mr. Braun was very angry with Einstein. Did you ever try to learn? No, sir. Albert replied with his usual unthinking honesty, without thinking. Very honest person while saying, no, sir, I didn't try to learn it. Then teacher asked question, why not? Then Albert Einstein answered, I can't see any point in learning dates. One can always look them up in a book. Oh, this is the answer given by that. What is the reason to learn dates? He can't learn, he doesn't find any point in learning, any importance in learning dates. One can always look inside the book, it is always available, dates and history. Mr. Braun was speechless for a few moments. Listening the answer of Einstein made Mr. Braun speechless and dumb. You amazed me, Einstein. You have surprised me. You have shocked me. He said at last, don't you realize that one can always look most things up in books? Question. If he was not knowing that if anyone wants to learn something, he can always look up in the books. That applies to all the facts you learn at school. And he says, yes, sir. Then I suppose you don't see any point in learning facts. Then it means that you know everything, right? You know that the importance of the books. You know even that much that any history date can be known by referring the textbook. And he says, yes, sir. Then why didn't he know? It means then he doesn't see any point in learning facts, Mr. Braun is saying. Frankly, sir, I don't. He says, yeah, I don't find any importance in learning facts. What is the reason? Why should I learn facts? It will not help me. It is not a creative activity. It will not sharpen my mind. Why should I learn facts? Frankly, sir, I don't. Why should I learn it? Let me explain in a nutshell. The lesson begins with an account of Albert with a history teacher, where teacher asked him about the year in which the Prussian defeated the French at Waterloo. As usual, Einstein doesn't remember it, to which Mr. Braun points out that the reason for this is because Einstein never bothered to learn them. Albert justified that he find it pointless to digest dates because One can always look them up in a books whenever he needed. The answer left Mr. Brown dumbstruck for a while. Finally, he replies and tells him that similarly, most of the things being taught in the school can be looked up in the books, and there is no point in mugging up facts. Einstein, without realizing that the statement was sarcastic, agreed with him. This is the explanation. I have already the explanation which I am explaining, repeating 2 times. First, I explain my own way, then after I explain it in nutshell, what is there inside overall. Let's move to the next. Frankly, sir, I don't say it. Then you don't believe in education at all. Teacher becomes so angry. There is a very hot argument. There is very heat argument between Mr. Braun and Einstein. Then you don't believe in education. Oh yes, sir, I do. I don't believe it. He also has dared to answer. No, sir, I don't. I don't think learning facts is education, and he's right. There are some students even studying in commerce and science. They are very mugger. They are very good at learning facts. They are very good at ratta maring. This ratta maring will not help you in a long run. It will kill your thinking ability. One has to understand, it's okay, sometime ratta maring is good, learning, memorizing, learning by heart, but one should not have habit of learning everything. One should understand. I have seen students learning sums of maths. What is this? This is nothing but laboring work. You are doing injustice to your mind, to your brain. Learning by heart, everything. It's not. One has to understand. And that's why even I agree with Einstein that learning fact is not education. I even agree with Einstein. Let's see. Next page, 26. In that case, said the history teacher with heavy sarcasm using unpleasant words. Oh, you don't believe in such education? Okay. Perhaps you will be so kind as to tell the class the Einstein theory of education. You tell your theory of education. He becomes so angry with Einstein. Professor conclude that if Einstein doesn't see any point in grasping facts, then he should not also be a believer and follower of education. Albert very clearly replied that he is undoubtedly vested in the idea of education, but according to him, merely digesting learning fact is not education. The history teacher then, in an attempt to mock him in front of the whole class, asked about this elaborate version of ideal education. आपका ही एजुकेशन बताओ, आप कौन से एजुकेशन को मानते हो? टीचर पूछ रहा है. Let's see. Albert flushed. He become very angry. Flush means become very red. Become very angry. Let's see. I think it's not fact that matter, but ideas. We gave lecture to teacher. Sir, fact doesn't matter. Ideas. Idea change the life. He said. I don't see the point in learning the dates of battle or even which of the armies killed more men. I would more interested in learning why those soldiers were trying to kill each other. Ideas. What was the reason behind it? What made them to fight? How they defeated them? That he wanted to learn. It's a science behind it. That's enough. Mr. Braun's eyes were cold and cruel. He became so angry. We don't want to lecture from you. Einstein, you will stay in for an extra period today. Einstein was punished to stay for extra period. Although I don't imagine it will do you much good. Teacher becomes so angry with Einstein, saying that even this punishment will not reform you, will not correct you. It will not do the school any good either. You are disgrace, you are an insult for your parents. Disgrace means insult. I don't know why you continue to come. Teacher become very angry. With the teacher. It's not my wish, sir. Einstein said, it's not my wish, sir. स्कूल में आने की मेरी मर्जी नहीं है. It's the wish of my father, Albert pointed out. then you are an ungrateful boy and ought to be ashamed of yourself. I suggest you ask your father to take you away. The teacher becomes so angry with Einstein, saying that you should leave the school. You should not be here in the school. Right? If it is the wish of your father, then you should tell your father to take you away from the school. Let me explain in a nutshell. Again, being very clear about his idea of education, Albert explained that it is useless to acquire knowledge on dates of battles and numbers of men that were compromised. What is important is to read and analyze the reason that were responsible for the battle between the two armies. Mr. Brown got extremely angry and interrupted Albert's speech and punished him to stay for extra classes. Even if it were of no good to anyone, including Albert, the teacher then calls him disgrace, expressing his displeasure of having him around. Albert mentioned that he doesn't want to be there either. The teacher then remarkably calls him an ungrateful boy who should be ashamed and suggests that his father to take him away from school. Let's read further. Albert felt miserable when he left school that afternoon. He became so unhappy when he left school because he was badly punished and badly scolded by his teacher. Not that it had been bad day, most days were bad now. Most of his days were bad. Why is it? Let's see. Anyway, but because he had to go back to the hateful place the next morning, he had to go to the same place where he doesn't like to stay over because of the noise. He only wished his father would take him away. He wanted his father to take him away from that school and from such environment. But there was no point in even asking because his father was very stubborn. He was knowing that his father would not do this. He knew that the answer would be he would have to stay until he had taken his diploma. He was knowing that once his diploma, his father would insist to finish his diploma. Let me explain in a nutshell. That afternoon, Albert was unhappy when he left school. It was not that day that was bad, but in general, days were getting bad at school, and he hated the thought of going to school every morning. His only wish was that his father would take him. His only wish was that his father would take him to Italy along with him, but it was pointless to ask him because he would anyway make him stay here until he completed his diploma. Let's read it further. Going back to his lodging means रहने की जगह जहाँ पे वो ठहरा हुआ है. Going back to his lodging did not cheer him up. It did not make him happy. The place where he is there living, his residential place. His father had so little money to spare that Albert had been found a room in one of the poorest quarter of Munich. Munich is a city of Germany. His father is not that much rich, and his father is not able to afford to buy luxury or very highly facilitated room. Because of poverty, his father had helped him to have his quarter at Munich, which is where the surrounding of Munich is very poor and very deteriorated, and extremely poor people are living in that area. He didn't mind the bad food and lack of comfort. See, Einstein, he was one of the greatest physicists and mathematician, right? What he's saying, he didn't mind the bad food and lack of comfort. He is ready to compromise with food and facility, even the dirt and the dirty area. He is ready to compromise with all this, but he hated the atmosphere of slum violence. He doesn't like violence. He doesn't like noise which emerged from that area. His landlady beat her children regularly. And every Saturday her husband came and drank and beat her. She beat her children, and every Saturday her husband come drunkard and beat his wife. Let me explain in a nutshell. School was surely an unpleasant place for Einstein, but his place of stay in Munich was nothing better. Because of limited cash availability with his father, he had to stay within the poorest neighborhood in Munich. However, poverty, bad food, dirt, and lack of comfort hardly bothered him. It was the frequent fight at the place that he hated. Even the landlady's family was a violent one, where she used to hit her kids every now and then, while her husband beat her every Saturday after he came back home drunk. Okay, so we will finish up to over here, inshallah, because 15 minutes is over. I cannot make a video very lengthy. You will have to use many MB to watch the video. So I stop over here. We'll begin inshallah from page number 26, second video. Okay, Allah Hafiz.